Hi, this is Megan with TV6 News, and I'm here in Rockford, Illinois with the Mayday Parade. Just going to be asking you guys some questions that fans have sent in to us. So if you guys are ready, what are you guys most looking forward to on the Give It a Name tour?
For me, probably just being in a different country, and that's always a good experience. And it's going to be awesome just to be in England. But I'm also excited to be with the bands too, like 4 Years Strong and Megan Dia and The Color Fred. It's going to be great.
Definitely, I guess that would have to be the same for me as far as like just going out internationally again is great, and it'd be a total new experience, a whole different world. So that's what I'm excited about.
Any certain meaning in your songs directed to a certain person?
There are. I don't know. What would you want to talk about? Maybe what would be a song? When I Get Home.
Yeah, When I Get
maybe.
Home is just about a trifling ex-girlfriend kind of thing, something like that, and it's definitely directed towards one person. And some of our other songs are like that. They're directed towards one person, and usually, as you can tell by our songs, they're about bad circumstances with that person.
Kind of segging into that, what are your favorite songs and why?
One of my favorite songs to play live is Walk on Water I Drown. That one's really, really fun to play to me. And I like Black Cat too. That's always good.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough for me to say, really, because I have fun with all of them. Probably like 3 Cheers for 5 Years would have to be my favorite, but it's all about even for me.
What was life for all of you guys back in high school?
For me, initially I started my freshman year. In my first couple of years, I was a pretty big loser. But then I met Jeremy, our bass player, and he made me cool. So
So safe to say he was the cool one back in high school.
No, he was just as much of a loser as me. But the older I got, like when I was a senior, I had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when I was a freshman, I hated it. But my senior year, I had a lot of fun, and I just school was all right, but hanging out with friends, I had close friends and just partying with them pretty much. So senior year was fun.
Yeah, high school for me was somewhat the same. There was a point there where I feel like right around ninth grade. I felt like I probably did kind of hang out with the cliquey crowd. And soon got out of that. It was not. It was really weird. You know what I mean? I kind of bounced around a little bit. Always played music, always hung out with musicians, and I guess it's overall it didn't really matter so much who I was hanging out with. It was just the cool people that were cool to me. You know what I mean? I wasn't necessarily in any. I wouldn't say it was a clique or anything. Yeah.
Okay, what were some of your first jobs?
Hang on. I'm trying to think. My first job was my first legitimate job, because I did training at Waffle House for 4 days, and then
Nice.
the first day I was supposed to, or first night I was supposed to work was the shift was from 9 o'clock at night to 7 in the morning or something like that, and it was we were having my friends were having a party, and I just decided not to go, and I called up my boss. The first day I was supposed to work, I was like, nah, I quit, sort of. But then after that, my first legit job was working at Papa John's, doing the dough. That was one of my first jobs.
My first jobs were I live out in the country kind of, and so I worked at this country store. I used to stock the cooler, and I'd go out and grab hay bales for people, and they needed hay for the horses, and then I guess before that I worked on a farm that with mostly did pony stuff for kids, but then later started doing the horse stuff, and just kind of it was a whole summer camp sort of thing for the kids. I don't know. That was my first couple jobs.
The hardest person to live with on tour?
The hardest person to live with. I mean, everyone's probably equally hard to live with. Everybody has their own traits that make them hard to live with. But let me think. I don't know. I couldn't say.
Don't want to mess up relationships with band members.
Jake. It's Jake, hands down. No, everybody has their own. Their kind of faults, I guess, in my eyes.
Yeah, probably Jake. He's real needy.
My best friend died in a car accident in June, and I'm getting a memorial tattoo with Mayday lyrics, but I'm stuck between two songs. What are the two songs One Man Drinking Games and You Be the Anchor about, to the best of your knowledge? Knowing the meaning behind them will help me pick.
Okay. Well, One Man Drinking Games is about, it definitely deals a lot with death. You know, losing a close, you know, like a significant other. It definitely deals with death in that aspect. But so does Anchors, or the last song.
You Be the Anchor.
Yeah, You Be the Anchor. That one does. We call it Anchors. Sorry. That one does as well. You know, it deals with a person on a battleship. You know, in Pearl Harbor, like writing a letter to their loved one. You know, basically saying that they want to come home and all that. But if I were the person, that One Man Drinking Games definitely like meant a lot to me, because a friend of mine died in a car wreck, and I well, every time I play that song, I think about that. So it like I that one would be the one that I would suggest.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what he said sums it up pretty good. That's about as much as I'd really say about it as well.
And how are the drives each night, going cross country into different countries? What's that whole experience like?
Oh, it's pretty terrible. I mean, some days it's not bad. Like last night was awesome. It was 3.5 hours, so that was really sweet. That was a sweet drive. But sometimes there'll be a drive that's like 14 hours long, and I don't think we've ever had to do a 14-hour one in one night, but we've definitely done like 10 hours, between 8 and 10 hours one night. And that's pretty brutal.
The drives can be brutal if you're driving, but if you're not driving, it's pretty awesome. Because you don't have to do anything. You can just hang out and with the people on the tour, you don't have to worry about, you just climb in here and go to sleep. And then you, I mean, I don't know. I really don't feel like I have to do that much. I feel kind of lazy a lot of times. So like traveling like this to me in our situation now is very, I don't know, just easy going for me. I enjoy it.
Okay, and the final question. If you could be president for a day, what would you do?
I don't think I could do much in a day. I don't think the president can get much accomplished in one day. But maybe, I don't know. I definitely want to fly in Air Force One. That'd be sick. But I don't think that's what you mean. I'd try and make it so that there's better health care for people.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, before you said that, I was gonna say I just go on a vacation. We'll just go to Mexico. But that's what I was thinking, because of is it David Cross has that joke? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about a David Cross joke. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe you know, maybe we stop fighting people. Maybe we'll just like chill out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll just chill out for a little bit. That's probably what I do.
All right.
For
For a day. Just chill out. Well, I think that's all the questions we have. Thank you so much for taking the time out of
Thanks
your
a
busy
lot.
schedules.
Not busy.